Oh man, I'm shattered. Couldn't even go to sleep till like 3 o'clock.
And I
I
was
think
up till
suppose it was the
4.
hype. I think I was just hyped. And I've got another podcast to do later on today, so hopefully that goes to plan.
Okay.
Uh, Hold up, let me just
Yeah.
double check we're on the right channel. Brothers Geek Out podcast is going live, guys. It is episode 350. How are you guys doing? G-Man, how are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm all right, bro. I'm all good. Just I was just saying to you as well, I was up till 4 as well yesterday because I
Yeah.
was watching the UFC, which happened in London last night. Just a
Yes.
great event. So I had to stay up, man. I haven't stayed up till 4 forever, man. I can't even remember the last time I stayed up that late. It was
It's
just too
hard
good
to,
of a
bro.
card. I
Yeah.
know, I was so sleepy. I actually fell asleep during one or two of the early fights, but yeah, and I don't, but this was such a great card. I had to watch it. Check out Fight Talk. Hopefully, me and Kay West, who's actually in Thailand now, will try and make that happen. But yeah, other than that, bro, it's been a good week. Training this week, another week. Ramadan starts next week, so I'm trying to figure out my
Mm-hmm.
timetable for next week. Got a chance to watch some movies today this week. Like we'll talk about it. Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and just shopping and stuff, man. Taking care of stuff at home before Ramadan starts next week. And
Yeah,
then
that's right.
get
That's
that
right.
routine.
To everybody that's fasting next week, all the best. Have a wonderful Ramadan. It's the first time they put up lights in the UK in like Oxford Street, Ramadan Mubarak and stuff, which is quite interesting to see.
Good. It's good to see. It's good to see that. I mean, back in the day there was nothing, and then all of a sudden, I remember one day when I was working in JD Sports, there was like we started putting Ramadan signs up as well. I was like, oh, okay, like we're starting to acknowledge, like,
Yeah.
and whatnot. End of the day, the truth of the matter is there's a lot of business behind it. So trust me, the Ramadan sales and the Eid sales will be out there because there's business to be made,
Of
and
course,
they got
of
to do
course,
what
of
they're doing.
course.
But it is a good acknowledgement of the faith and whatnot, which is great.
No, definitely, man, definitely. Absolutely awesome.
It's
Uh,
one thing I appreciated about Singapore, I have to say though. Out of Asia, it is one of the most diverse countries. However, compared to like Dubai or something like, it's nothing. It's really not
mm,
diverse at all. However, they did have like public holidays for Ramadan, like Diwali, the Chinese New Year, Christmas, all that sort of stuff. So they were quite diverse in that sense. But after you live in the UK or when you live in Dubai and whatnot, you realize, all right, you're the most diverse probably in Asia, but you're not really that
mm,
diverse. I heard some serious shit
damn.
of people that worked in the government, which I won't go into. There's no need, but there's this, it's not as great as they think it is, but and how they put it out to the public in Singapore. But anyway, compared to like Hong Kong and other places, it's way more diverse. But I appreciated that,
Yeah.
Ramadan off and Diwali and they kind of try to respect all the different religions and cultures that were in the country. But yeah,
Ah,
let's
it's
see how
good. It's good.
Ramadan
It's
is
good.
in
It's good. It's
Dubai, man.
good.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure the
No,
vibe there
that's
will
awesome.
be.
That'd be awesome, bro. I'm sure it'd be definitely awesome. It sounds awesome. Sounds good. Sounds good. Right, man. I need to get a better colored background so that it fits properly, and I need to get the lighting right. So I think the next thing we need to jump on is quality, camera quality, bro. It's weird, even though I feel like this is a 1080 camera, it's still quite good. Uh, One of the things for the podcast we want to do is give great quality to you guys. And I know it sounds much better than it used to be from the laptops to, the mics and the headphones and the rest of it. But I want to get the visuals on point as well. We're starting to get some great opportunities. And, as I said, we don't get paid for this stuff. So if I can invest and make it better for ourselves, then that's the main thing. So yeah, that's the next thing I want to jump on. The podcast is on Anchor now, guys, which is distributed on all other platforms. I've noticed we had an influx of people that have subscribed to the channels on other podcast streams, so that is absolutely amazing. I suppose, like, for me to see that, and you guys here on YouTube as well, you guys are absolutely amazing. I've seen an influx of people come through. If you guys who do watch this haven't subscribed to the channel, click subscribe. I think it's like 70% of you guys that watch our content are not subscribed. So please show some love, click the like, comment, whatever, dislike, thumbs down, just showing love in any way possible. It's always grateful. But yeah, man, it's been a full-on week. Last night I
Mm.
had an amazing experience, and I'm shattered, bro. I couldn't go to sleep till 2, and it's my fault. I had a coffee because I thought I'm already tired. It's been a long day, and I had a coffee after 6. Lose,
Mm.
absolute lose.
Can't do that, man. Not at this age.
Mm.
Seriously, when I was young, yeah, coffee, Red Bull, all that sort of stuff, and I used to sleep like a baby. Now, oh God, one cup of tea. I drink decaf tea. Can you believe that? I drink
Yeah,
decaf tea in the
we used to
evenings
drink
now. I
beer
have
tea,
to.
bro, when the boys were over, and we'd have
Yeah,
like five,
man.
6 cups of tea in that night. Beer, not even decaf, just and would fall asleep nicely.
Yeah,
But
man.
no, our body's
Easy.
changed. Yeah, our body's changed. Body's changed and gone through that.
But how was the event? I mean, live musical Batman, right?
So you know
Live
what? Hold
orchestra.
up, man. Batman in concert. So hold up. Before I do this, yeah, and I'm telling you, Warner Brothers, you guys absolutely spoil us. Absolutely spoil us. I couldn't even think of what to say. So first of all, thank you to Warner Brothers UK, DC Comics UK, and the guys at Event Apollo who hosted the event. And hold on, there's one more because they showed us so much love on our pages. Let me click on this. MGP Live, which is the entertainment that bought this orchestra to do this movie. So they showed us bare love following our pages. It's absolutely amazing to have a company like that follow us. But bro, I saw the Batman. Me and Ash saw the Batman with a live orchestra yesterday, and it was fucking insane, bro.
I
Like
can
it was
imagine.
so good, bro. Like, great venue. The event in Apollo. It's in Hammersmith. Had to be on the day with all the tube strikes, so it was a mission to get to. I didn't get in till about 1 o'clock, I think. I had to get 2 trains from outside and jump on a bus. It was missions. Ash was like, just stay at mum's, sleep on the couch. I was like, I need to get home, man. I need my bed. It's not like it used to be. I'm so used to being out, but amazing experience. Absolutely amazing experience. I mean, have you done a movie with a live orchestra yet?
Mm-mm. Not a
It
movie,
just makes
no.
you feel like you've experienced the movie in a whole different immersive way. Like I genuinely, like, I did it with Back to the Future. That was my first one, and that was amazing, bro. Like, goosebumps. And then I did, what else did I do? I did something else with a live orchestra. I'm trying to remember. The
Joker?
Joker.
No, did you?
Yeah, we did the
Yeah.
Joker. I did Superman, the movie with Christopher Reeves. Shout outs to the Geeker still as well. Shout outs to all the people I met yesterday as well, man. All on the board. Nerdy Nurse, Clinton, Get Your Comic Con, like so many people there, and there's so much love, bro. It's just absolutely amazing. And like DC World, it's just, it was a great
He just
experience,
opened
bro.
up a shop, didn't he? Like he got a big
Yeah,
shop,
man.
didn't he?
He's got a big shop
Congrats to
now.
him.
So
I saw that.
yeah.
Awesome.
So
Congrats
I'm
to
gonna go
him.
to the opening next month.
From
I
a
think
little garage to from like I think he started from his house to a little garage. Now he's got a full-on shop. Well done, man. Shout outs to
yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, Paul, proud of you, dude. Proud of you. Absolutely proud of you. But again, shout outs to everybody out there. It's always a wonderful day to, when you immerse yourself with the people that love the content. But having that live orchestra with a movie, bro, it's a whole different feel, bro. The music, the emotions, the scene that, and I'm at that age now, bro. I'm just gonna tear up at anything. When he got, that, like, I didn't like the relationship that he had with Alfred, but I can understand he was that brooding year 2 Batman who was just, I'm vengeance, and always throwing it in Alfred's face. But that scene with the live orchestra, bro, I was tearing up, bro, because he was like, I thought I mastered fear, but it all came back to me, and the thought of losing somebody I care for. And they looked at each other, and I was like, oh, emotions. How you do this, man? Just more, bro. The car chase scene. Oh shit, out of this world. And not even that. The
I can
last scene.
imagine.
The
Wait. How
last.
was the opening scene? Because that was my favorite, and I think that was one of the best opening scenes in a comic book movie with the
Yes,
music, the rain, and all that. How was that scene?
bro. That was amazing, bro. They didn't even prep us. They just started straight away. You just see the conductors like swinging his things around, gonna lick somebody in the head with it.
Yeah.
It was good, bro. So good. And the thing is, I think most of the times I was not even watching the film. I was watching the orchestra. I was watching them play. Those artists there are absolutely amazing to fully immerse you into it. It's a whole different film. Michael Giacchino's soundtrack is sick as it is, bro. So they're on tour. I think they head to Zurich today, Paris, and then they head to the States after. If you guys haven't been to an event like that where you get to see, like Royal Albert Hall do it, they've got Final Fantasy, they're doing Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and I'm going to go to all of them. They're going to do Wonder Woman soon as well. It's just a different way of watching a film, bro. Like, yeah.
It's like, when you go to like 3D or 4D or what are those experiences where it's it's more of a visual effect. This is getting the sound effect in there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, those standard cinemas have 3D, they have possibly 4D, great sound, but this is the next level of sound. This is like, the best sound quality you can get for a movie. So this is like that, but from a sound perspective rather than a visual perspective. Like, I can only imagine you doing like, I don't know, it might be too much, but like a 4D movie, 4D with 3D glasses and IMAX and shit, seat all moving, water, people pissing on you, and then you got the sound and orchestra as well. Like, could you imagine that?
That's a sensory overload, bro. But
too much.
Absolutely great experience, bro. Like, if it comes across, I mean, I don't even know where it's going to head to next. Sorry, Zurich, Paris, and then they're going around the world. They're touring, So if you guys, I've been promoting it on the page, and like, it's a hard one because it falls on a day with all the train strikes and all the madness, and it's hard to get the time off as well. So, but I knew it was going to be amazing because I've done this so many times already. And I met Alan, bless him. He's from Staffordshire. He follows the page as well. I met him once a couple of years ago back in Comic-Con, just before Alara was born, and he was there yesterday as well. And we got to chill with him. He got to chill with Ash as well, and he never seen the Batman, bro. But the first thing he said after, when the intermission came up, he was like, "Kibbs, you were right. It's like nothing you've seen before." He quoted me, and I was like, I'm telling you, because a lot of people still have this thing about Robert Pattinson being Batman. But I see it as a story that's thrown us into year 2 of a Batman that's still really quite angry about what's happened to him in his life. And he's still trying to make that change. And towards the end of that movie, you could see that change happen to him, and he knows what he means to this city, bro. I can't wait for number 2, bro. Matt Reeves, you got a lot of work, man. I'm gonna rate you because it's gonna be a great script. Because towards the end, and when that soundtrack kicked in, a true calling of a bat, and it was like, man, you're making me. It was so good. I think Robert Pattinson is a really good Batman, bro, and even as Bruce Wayne. Because we haven't seen even him as the suave kind of, because he's not, this movie blatantly tells you that he's not part of Wayne Industries at the moment. He doesn't want to be a part of that. So I think people hate it because of that. But I'm like, here's a story where we get a guy who's being a detective and he's being the Dark Knight. What more do you want? We'll probably get that later on in the other movies. And I think in moving forward, he's going to play a big part of the rebuild of Gotham City. That's where we get to see the charm of Bruce Wayne. I think he'll smash it, bro. So good. Absolutely amazing.
People got to let it build, let the character build, give him a chance, I mean, but it's anyone. To be honest with you, it's any actor that takes any part, mostly anyway. You don't want to give him a chance to allow him to let the character build, let him build the character in his way, but also maybe keeping true to the comics, keeping true to certain movies or whatever it is. But let it build. Give the person a chance, man. It's called acting. Let them apply their acting abilities to a certain role and see how it is. You know what I mean? Maybe it can be shit, but maybe if there's going to be a trilogy or there's going to be a thing, or if this story is about him year 2, then give it a chance. Know that it's not year 12 where he's a mature guy and he understands what's going on, or understand what year it is, and try and understand the character, like understand the script and where this character is currently in his life. I mean, I know it's Batman, we know Batman, but he changes. I'm sure every month, year, minute, whatever goes past, he matures. He might get mature, might get immature. Something might happen in his life, he gets angry. Something might happen in his life, he gets happy. Like, he's a human. I know he's a fake character and whatnot, and he's the Dark Knight and he's a grumpy dude. He's still got emotions. And yes, he's learned how to control his emotions, but you know, he changes. So allow the actor, allow the script to dictate who this Batman's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, it's year 2. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a year, you know, you gotta understand this. This is what I'm trying to say. This is something as an actor. I'm not an actor. That's what I'm saying. This is something that I'll never understand. Like, when you get a script like a Batman or Iron Man, or just look at Robert Downey Jr. Look at Iron Man in 2008 and look at Iron Man in 2018. He matured, and we allowed him to mature and become that character. But that's what I'm saying. Any role as an actor, we don't know. That's why some actors, you know, they go into that whole method thing and whatnot, but we don't know. When you read the script and you look at the character and you're reading about the character, what does the actor go through? What are they thinking in their heads? Like, oh, okay, he's this year old, he lives in this part of the world, he might be a certain skin tone or cultural background, his mum might be dead, his dad's alive. Like, they're trying to put all of that together. Like, how do I develop this human being based on this whole characterization that the director or someone else has created? What kind of emotions am I going through? What do I look like? Is my body in good shape? Am I not in good shape? Have I got health conditions? Am I small? Have I got insecurities? Like, man, being yourself as a human being is already difficult. Could you imagine you're trying to act as someone else? They say, oh, here's a whole different variable of a human being. I need you to be him for 6 months in a movie, or 6 months, which is going to be turned out to be a 2-hour movie, but I need you to be this guy for 6 months. Shit like that. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I can't even understand the depth of acting. And I'm not saying it's like the hardest thing in the world, but it's definitely not the easiest thing.
No, of course not. Of course not. You know, definitely.
Gotta let a character build.
Exactly, bro. But we're in a world where rush. Nobody wants you to breathe. You know what I mean? It's just. Anyway, it is what it is.
Someone said something the other day. I think it was Rogan, or most probably was, because that's the only podcast I listened to. But he was saying something about him, or his guest was saying something about Twitter, where it's one of the most dangerous things in the world, because not everyone should have a voice. Not everyone should be allowed to have a voice. Not in a bad way, but you got to listen. Like, some people actually should, or are just people who should just follow. Right? Not everyone should have a voice. Because everyone has a voice, it causes problems. It can cause problems because some voices are not good to be heard. Listen, just throwing out there's some bad people on the planet now, back then, whatever. Those people should not have had a voice. Now, Twitter is different. It wasn't around back then. What I'm saying, because those people had a voice, I'm talking about evil dictators and now and then and whatnot, because they had a voice, they were able to influence people, and then bad shit happened on the planet, right? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes some people should not have a voice, right? And I'm not saying Twitter has created dictators, but it definitely creates a following. You know what I'm trying to say? It definitely creates a group of people who want to do some shit. You were saying, right, at Comic-Con, the Justice League or something. Remember you were saying people like, oh, we're going to fuck up Comic-Con. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, not everyone should have a voice. And I don't even think we should have a voice. But I think if we are putting ourselves there to have a voice, then we should be responsible for our voice. So what
that's the key, bro. That is the key.
Yeah. Like, we have to be responsible. So if we're not critics, and we don't like everything, and we do love a lot of things, but we got to be objective with our reviews. We're going to be objective with it. We're going to just appreciate what's out there. Oh, it's a shit movie, but I appreciate what they did. Like, the lighting was cool, the sound was cool, that scene was cool, but I didn't like the movie. Like, stuff like that. That's what I always tell people. Like, I know I say I love every movie, and we'll talk about Shazam in a second, but some of them are not great, but I love what they've done, and that's why I can sit there and be like, yeah, I can enjoy it. So, you know, we gotta be responsible with our voice.
But I think that's why it is. But I feel like people because as I said, we've never been film critics. We never do it. We're not that. I didn't study film. We just enjoy the content. So
I was gonna sorry to cut you, but on that, another thought came to my mind that I heard as well. Like, sometimes these critics, not just in movies, but in anything in the world, are individuals who couldn't make it in that industry. Like, I'm not dissing them, and I don't know fully, but a lot of them are like And fuck that dude, man. I wanted to be a director. I couldn't be a director. So I'm just going to be a critic and be a customer. That's what a lot of them are. Some of them are not objective. They're like, they couldn't make it in that industry. So they get in there as a critic and be like, well, I would have done it better. So fuck that. You lose. Your film's shit and da da da. So a lot of these critics are individuals who couldn't make it in the industry and they just want to cuss. A lot of these critics have no idea about the industry. I'm talking about MMA specifically. It comes to mind. So many people want to criticize the fighters and who's the greatest and who's that, whose performance, this and that. I know me and Kurt talk about it. At least we train. I've been doing martial arts for a long time. I've had a couple of amateur fights, which doesn't make me an expert, but you would never hear me diss a fighter. I might say, the performance might not be, maybe they were lacking cardio or whatever it is, but I'll never try to criticize them as a fighter. But when the boys want to cuss them, I'm like, you guys don't even get off the sofa and you're trying to disrespect fighters, saying they're shit and whatnot. So this is my point, right? Critics, a lot of them are individuals who don't even do the thing that they're criticizing or whatnot.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. I gotta agree with that. I definitely gotta agree with that. But yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what it is. The society and the way, the world we live in now, bro. Everybody is an expert. We'll leave it on that. We'll leave it on that note, definitely.
Expert, right, wait, when you say expert, quotation mark, like finger quotation.
Yeah, expert.
For the users who can't see.
Experts. I don't.
Any experts. We have sofa experts on our friends. We got a bunch of sofa experts. We got a bunch of toilet experts, like loads of things, bro. It's ridiculous. Everyone's an expert.
Oh, bro, I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's talk about Shazam. Do you want to jump into Shazam now, or?
Well, you know what? Let's start off with, unfortunately, man, some sad news, man. Let's give respect to some sad news that come in this week.
Oh yeah,
Lance Reddick, who's best known for, he was in The Wire and also more recently in John Wick.
Yeah.
Who passed away at 60. I don't know the cause.
They say natural, from what I've read. It was natural. So sudden, bro.
60, so young, and it seems so sudden. That's the thing. To us, it seems so sudden. I was just saying this, but we don't know what he was going through. But if it was natural, and I hope he didn't go through no pain, it just seems so young. And, John Wick 4 is coming out, and I heard that they're going to dedicate the film to him. But my condolences. I loved him in John Wick. He always had a nice sort of, professional, like, kind gesture, manner to him. Yeah. And we were watching John Wick 1. We're going through, I'm introducing the missus to John Wick. I'm like, if 4 comes out, you're going to watch it. You need to know who John Wick is. And she's like, oh, it's just all action. He's just killing people, which I want to get to in a second. But I'm like, no. You need to understand him. And then Ashraf sends that thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just watching the movie. So rest in peace to Lance Reddick.
Yeah, definitely. Condolences. Prayers.
Yeah, wishing your family all the best. Prayers go out to you and your family. But yeah, and before I get back into John Wick, another one, Jason David Frank, who passed away a while back, his final film, Legend of the White Dragon, will get a theatrical release. And I think they're going to do that. As bad as it sounds, I think normally they probably would have just thrown it out there on the internet or whatever. But I think out of respect, they're going to give it a theatrical release. So
nice.
Shout outs to
I'll go
him.
support that, man. I'll definitely support that. I'll go watch that.
Fans can support that for sure. But going back to John Wick, if I can, you guys are going to watch it. It's not coming out till April here.
Damn.
Haram. So no haram during Ramadan. But I was watching it, and the missus was like constantly cussing the movie, right? And I'm like, shut up, man, just enjoy it. Like, let him kill people. That's his job, right? Let him kill. Stop criticizing. Stop saying, oh, why are they chasing him? Or why did I'm like, stop it. Just enjoy the art form here. But then it made me realize something, right? This movie and John Wick is a mass murderer. He is a mass murderer, right? He is a bad guy. He was an assassin, a hitman for the Russian mob or the mob in general. They are bad guys. So he was a hitman for them. He's a bad guy. In this movie, yes, okay, a good woman kind of got him out of it, and he got sucked back in because of his wife passed away. She gave him a dog. They killed the dog. Blah, blah. He got back in. The fact of the matter is, bro, he's a bad guy and he's killing bad guys because they're all mobsters and whatnot. They're not going to killing innocent people. But the fact is, he's a mass murderer. And when it comes to good guy, bad guy in the movie, he's a bad guy. And we're just supporting him. And he's killing hundreds of people. And we love it. And we love the way he's killing them and how ruthless and brutal and artistic and beautiful it looks. We're supporting mass murderer John Wick, and I love it. And I love it. He's a bad guy. Everyone's a bad guy in this movie. This movie is
true. It's true. He's not a good guy, bro. He is a bad guy. He redeemed himself by having a good woman in his life, and so then he's not, that one thing can just pop. You know, like that madness. He's the Joker. Bro,
I don't know if he redeemed himself. Remember, he was a hitman before we even knew him. He's killed hundreds of people. We don't even know how many people killed beforehand, right? I'm pretty sure he's a man of honor. He doesn't try to kill people, innocent people, and any of that sort of stuff. So it's just people within the mob and that sort of stuff. But he's not a police officer. He's not an ex-Marine. Like, as much you might want to hate the Punisher, my guy fought for his country, right? Like, there's some sort of, he is a hitman. We don't know his past. I don't know what his past was, but he's trained to be a hitman, and he's a bad guy, but we love him. And
of course, bro. Listen, let me tell you,
that's a good guy.
I
love the movie. I'm not cussing. It's my observation.
They're saying that this one is like one of the best epic action movies ever. So that's big reviews, because last night I was telling Alan and Ash, if they're saying that, because nothing has topped Mad Max Fury Road for me as a epic action adventure. So this should be interesting, because people are giving it high recommendations and reviews have been like absolutely amazing. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. Part 4, man.
Think about it, that's a part 4. It's rarely a film does that, where it gets to a part 4 and it's getting better reviews than the first ones and whatnot. Listen, Terminator 2 did that. I mean, I guess the Fast and Furious did that.
Fast and Furious. 2
and 3, for me, basic. I lost complete interest. And then 4 picked it back up. So you can give 4 of it. But yeah, no, listen, man, I'm looking forward to it. We have to wait an extra month out here, so that's fine. I'd have to wait. But that was my observation after watching it yesterday. I mean, like, he is a brutal murderer. Mass murderer. Yeah. They all are. Anyway, my opinion. Still love him, though. All right, well, listen, man, let's get into it. The Oscars. And then need to pull up all the winners, because there's a lot. And I know we're going to celebrate a few specifically.
You know what?
But there's a lot that we need to go
Oh
through.
my God, yeah. Let me change the title. I should have put Oscar. Yeah, let me pull up the winners.
I'll pull up the winners as well. Because there's a lot to give shout outs to, and especially a few Oscars. What's his name? Who hosted it? What's that guy's name? Jimmy Kimmel? Was it Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I mean, listen. First of all, Chris Rock special came out just before the Oscars, so he planned that. He's awesome. I don't want to get back into that, but did you hear Will Smith's response? He was like, embarrassed and upset and whatnot. And I'm like, bro, you slapped the dude, man. What do you mean you're upset and embarrassed? Like,
bro, did you see revenge? Did you see the Marlon Wayans video clip I sent?
Oh,
that it was Tupac Shakur possessed him. I seen that one before. I was dying, bro. I've been watching that clip to make me laugh so much, and it's true. But listen, it's planned perfectly, but he lose, isn't it?
Willis is gonna take it on the listen. Chris Rock took it, and he said, "I'm not gonna play a victim." Will Smith, don't try and play a victim. I love Will Smith, man. I'm gonna watch all these movies still, but don't try and play a victim, man. Like I think Chris Rock had all the rights in the world to do what he did in his profession. He done it as a comedian. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, listen, man, whether he's the one who got slapped, he has all the rights in the world to make a joke out of it. Comedians who didn't even get slapped, cussing, as you mentioned, Marlon Wayans, cussing the shit out of Will Smith and all that sort of stuff. So you slapped him, man. You assaulted him. It was funny. I didn't watch the Oscars. I did watch Jimmy Kimmel's monologue, I guess, and he brings it up and he makes fun of it. But the one thing I did find funny that, he brought it up and he was like, I got protection there, but he did say, if anything does happen, you lot do what you did last year, which was nothing. So I'm glad he cussed everyone, because they did nothing. It's so weird. They in fact celebrated Will Smith.
And they even said somebody hugged him.
Yeah, someone hugged him, exactly. So, I mean, it was horrible. Listen, like, it was disgusting. A man just assaulted another man, an innocent man for no reason, over a joke, which we all know it happens. And then you hugged him and gave him an award and celebrated him, and no one said. Anyway, the point is, Will Smith, bro, you gotta take it on the chin like a man, and then and whatnot. Anyway, bro, I got the list of Oscar winners here, man. There's a lot of shout out, man. Should we go through them? How you want to do this, bro? Because
leave my favorite one till last. Yeah,
okay.
Because that guy is just always tearing man's up. He absolutely smashed it. And it's weird. Like we don't know him yet, but my guy saw my post, bro. That post blew up, bro. I never had a post blow up that quick. Like, but yeah, let's continue. Let's do the others. I mean, go through the list and we'll go from there, bro.
All right,
but keep him till last, please.
I'm gonna skip him and his movie till last, right? But they got some of the best awards. But let me start from the bottom then. So, best sound. Top Gun Maverick, James Mathern. Shall I read on that? I'll just say the movie names. Like, shout outs to all the people who done the work and whatnot. You guys are the ones, but I'll just say the movies. So best sound, Top Gun Maverick, great movie. Best production design, All Quiet on the Western Front.
I know that one. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna come back to this one later. Best costume design, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther.
Respect.
Best makeup and hairstyle, The Whale. Great movie.
Wow.
We'll come to that one later.
Yeah.
Best cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Nice.
Best animated short film, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Best visual effects, Avatar: Way of the Water. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense, definitely, without a doubt.
I'll come back to this one in a sec. The Elephant. Best documentary, The Elephant Whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
Best adapted screenplay, Woman Talking.
Yeah.
Best live action short film, An Irish Goodbye. Best documentary feature, Navaline, something like that. My bad,
so.
Sorry. Best original score, All Quiet of the Western Front. Best director. Film. Oh no, I'm gonna come back to this one. I'll come back to this one. No, I will come back to this one because I want to do that all at once. Best animated feature, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah, that's right. That's good, bro. That's really good. Really good.
Yeah, okay.
Really good.
I'll come back to these when I come back to these ones. Best international featured film, All Quiet in the Western Front. I won a few of them, like 3 of them.
Yeah, it did, bro. It's a good film. It's one of those movies that Dad loves, isn't it? It's about the Second World War, I think.
Okay, it's definitely.
It looks really good, bro. Really good. Visuals are stunning, and you like you feel like you're in that moment, bro, of like madness of the war and shit, bro. So definitely one to check out.
Okay, yeah, definitely will check that one out. Best original song, Natu Natu.
Yes, bro. Triple R, bros. If you haven't seen it, and I know you don't do Hindi cinema or Telugu cinema. But bro, this movie is just outlandish. Like you'll be like, what the hell am I watching? But it's good, bro. And like the music, I think in my years of watching movies and watching a broad amount of movies as well, Hindi and Telugu cinema is just.
What's Telugu? Sorry, I've never heard of Telugu.
That's like South Asian, Tamil. Yeah, so
got it.
They are getting really good in their movies, bro, man. Like very good. I'm glad that's one because. That's one of my movies from my top 10 last year.
Interesting. I don't watch them. Listen, they have their own style and whatnot. I've seen a few in the past. I'm just not into them. But, it works. I mean, Bollywood and all that stuff is freaking huge. So shout out to them.
Massive.
All right. Let's get into the big stuff, right? Because I'm going to keep the one movie separate because, shout out to that movie. But we'll get to that in a second. All right. So this is one of the big ones. Best actor. Brendan Fraser, The Whale. Amazing. You saw the movie, right?
Great movie.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Great performance. Very touching. Charlie, man, the character he plays.
Very emotional. Very traumatized.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like really. That guy put his heart in that movie, and he felt like he could connect to that movie as well. And I feel like it's a great comeback story because when Robert Downey Jr. did Iron Man, and I don't want to compare it, they're two different genres of movie, but this was like he carried his pain that he went through in Hollywood in this movie and gave it his all, and 100% deserved it. Like, I watched Elvis and I thought Austin Butler was great, but there's something about Brendan's performance in this where we've seen him as the comedy guy, the guy who screams, the action star guy, to being in a role like this where he gets to somehow put some part of himself into this movie and really take it to like a whole different level of acting, where, you know, that must have been hard putting that suit on, being this character. And as you said, you lived that character for 6 months to a year. So you can imagine how that affects you mentally, to think somebody is like this and goes through stuff like this. And how do I zone into that? And how do I not come out of it? Bro, his speech, again, beautiful. 100% deserved it, man. Great performance.
Yeah.
Connection
Amazing.
with his, you know, daughter gets me emotional as well. But yeah, inspiring stuff, bro. These are the guys that we grew up with. So they're our era of actors that we loved watching growing up, and to see them like really, I can't even say the word, flourish. Bloom, bro. They're blooming, bro. They're blooming.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. Amazing comeback stories, you know, amazing comeback story. And this movie, I don't think we properly spoke about it, because when I watched it, I don't think you watched this. I didn't want to really express too much about it. But yeah, I mean, yes, you said, you know, we see him in California Man and George of the Jungle and The Mummy, and he's got this great big smile and his action comedy and all this sort of stuff. Whereas in this movie, it was just a complete opposite of all of that. And you can see the trauma that he's acting, he put in. You can see the trauma that he's been put into. You can see the insecurities. You can see that he hates himself, but he loves others. Like, he had faith in others. Like, you're a beautiful person. You're beautiful. He kept telling everyone else that you're a beautiful person. I don't think he saw it in himself that that he is a beautiful person as well. But he was trying to express to everyone else, you're an amazing person. He said that to his daughter the whole time, and that was very touching. That he really saw amazing things in other human beings, but the trauma that he went through is he didn't really see it in himself. But I think at the end, you know, he did started feeling comfortable with himself, knowing that he's coming to an end, knowing that he can make a difference in his daughter's life at least, and everything. I just thought it was absolutely awesome. I was fully engaged in the whole movie. So shout outs to him, best actor, 100%. I think he deserves it. I'm no critic. Oscars, listen to me, man. I'm not being bad, but Oscars, it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't mean that you need to watch the movie because it won an Oscar, or you don't need to watch the movie because it didn't win an Oscar, you know. But this was a movie that I did watch, and I could say, yeah, I think, you know, shit, if you asked me for my vote and gave me a few different movies, this, Elvis, or whatever was on the list, I probably would have voted for this. But anyway, again, Oscars is just like everyone's opinion. So shout out. Exactly. I did hear something stupid though. This was my opinion. I can't remember who it was, or some company was like, they were trying to shame the movie and him, saying that, oh, they should have got a real obese man to play the actor, to play the character. I'm like, oh, don't start this shit again. I think they're just doing that to kick off some commotion or whatnot.
Well, they do that, bro. They do that.
Acting. It's called acting. That's the fucking job. The job is you act. You know what I mean? If you get someone who, and if there was an obese guy who's an amazing actor, then yeah, you could do it. But if you get that person's not really acting that part, he's just that part. You know what I mean? If you want someone to play me, if you got me to do it, I'm not acting. It's not my job. So why are you paying me? Anyway.
Exactly. Hold up, bro. Anyway, you continue with the next one. I need to go.
The next ones are the big ones, bro. The big ones.
Damn. Speaking of something, I need to go toilet, bro. Live on the live. Was there any other Oscar movies that you watched? Because Top Gun got
the next
sound. So
let's quickly go through this one before you go. Yeah, how desperate are you?
I'm losing, but yeah, go on.
All right. The one that won the most and that killed it was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Right, let me just quickly go through their list of everything. Best film editing, right? It got best original screenplay. It got best director. Daniel,
the Daniels, yeah.
Yep, and then best director, the Daniels, and then you got best supporting actress, Jamie Lee Curtis. You got best actress, Michelle Yeoh.
Boom.
you got Best Picture, which was a number one award, and then the one you wanted to save to end, Best Supporting Actor, Ke Huy Quan, who is just he's just I don't know, he's got some kind of joy about him. He's like a bright star right now, and just
he
listening
is
to him
definitely.
and seeing how happy he is and how the emotions he's going through, the years that he's had in the last year because of this movie as well. The brightness he brings out when he speaks. I like listening to him talk because regardless of what's happened to him in the years, again, through Hollywood or whatever it is, I don't see any kind of bitterness towards it. All I see is gratefulness that's come out
Yeah,
of
of
it.
course,
I
of
just
course, of
love the
course.
bright speeches that he says, and it is beautiful to just see him just be recognized, you know, for this work. That I'll speak about this work specifically. I know he's done so much, and he's an amazing, you know, he's probably done amazing things and whatnot, but for this one specifically, I'm glad he got recognized. It's great to have him back. I'm glad he's blowing up in the industry again, and I just like listening to him. He's got this great, like I said, he's like a bright star right now.
I want to get him on the podcast, bro. I want to get him on the podcast. I want to geek out with him. I want to talk to him. He saw my post. I dedicated a little video to him, which made me like absolutely tear up. It's amazing to see somebody to go through that much struggle and what he went through in Hollywood as well. And you're being typecasted, but such a positive light in the way he wants to inspire, bro. It's the best comeback ever, bro. Best comeback ever. Every interview I watch with him makes me tear up, man. I was like, why are you doing this, bro? But how he dedicated that Oscar to his mum. Like, who's not gonna bust a tear, bro? Like, he is so genuine and so something sweet about him, bro. He's like the everyday guy. He's our Goonie, isn't it? He's our Goonie, and like, and
I love that he said that.
He's our Goonie, bro. And seeing him with Harrison Ford, getting that cuddle, the way they looked at each other, like that's fine. You couldn't make this shit up, bro. Look at my eyes are watering right now.
It's a movie in itself. It's crazy. We're watching a movie within a movie. Like, you know, it's
exactly.
a movie in itself. Absolutely awesome. I loved it. So it is crazy how it all worked out. And Brendan Fraser and him were in, was it California Man or something?
California, well, Encino. They call it Encino Man. In the UK, we got it California Man.
Man, yeah.
It's just amazing that he got to do that. I mean, listen, this guy, he's been in the industry for a while. He's done, a couple of TV shows and shit, stuff like that. But, fight choreographer. He's big in Taekwondo and karate. He did a lot of stunt fighting. So he did stuff in Hong Kong as well for movies. He did the fight choreography in X-Men, the first one.
Oh shit!
So that's what I'm saying. He's done loads of stuff in the background, but him coming back into this role, bro, like that movie was amazing, bro. That's like my favorite movie in a long time. It has a lot of heart. It has great science fiction to it, great martial arts fighting scenes to it, like outlandishly amazing, crazy movie that's so original. It's like, I can compare it only to the originality of The Matrix, bro. This movie explained the multiverse better than Doctor Strange and the madness of multiverse, a multiverse of madness, you know what I mean?
Well, so different. I think with the multiverse, there's always going to be a different perspective. I just think the perspective that they pull it into was more, how do I pull it? I won't say like clear. It was just, it just kind of resonated better, if that makes sense.
It was easy. I think it was much more easy. But listen, bro.
I think the overall film, like just the story about family paying their taxes, who own a business, a laundry business, and just trying to pay their taxes. Just that simple story and everything around it was what made it relatable and beautiful and amazing to watch. And because at the end you come out of that, you're like, oh man, it's just a loving, it's just a family, you know, like I said, paying their taxes, as bad as it, like, as simple as it sounds, or trying to pay their taxes, as simple as it sounds, but there's just so much to it. And no matter what universe or multiverse or which person it is, it's like, no matter what, I just want to be here with you, trying to pay my taxes. Like it's the family or the loved one that you're with. Like, doesn't matter what multiverse we're in. I want, this is the perfect one. This is what I want to be doing with you. which I just thought was just so touching. Such a great movie, man. I need to watch it again. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it again as well, definitely. So good, bro. So the guy tears me up. Just talking about him teared me up. You know what I mean? I think that Harrison Ford and him hugging at the Oscars, that was like, why, man? And then they just started making those clips, and I'm like, this guy, like, it is inspiring, bro. Definitely
Yeah,
inspiring.
definitely,
He's
man.
51 years old, bro. 20 years out of the industry, even though he was working behind the scenes in small stuff, and to come back like that, it just makes you appreciate like the universe and the way, you know, I mean, if you're religious or spiritual in any way, if you have faith and believe in it, and you have people around you that support it. That's why I love our journey, because the past couple of months has been fucking mad, bro. And then hearing him talk about what he's gone through and where he's got to now inspires me and us and what we do so much, because, you know, we have our moments. I've had my doubts, bro. You know what I mean? On where we go with this and how we do things. And I know we've been doing it for a long time, but bro, March. You seen what's happening in March, bro, with us? If you go through our pages, I can't even compare it to last year. Last year was amazing as it was, bro. Bro, we're not even quarter way through the year, and like, I can't keep track of the amount of stuff that we've got up to. So, Key, thanks for inspiring and your wise words, and being honest and humble and kind, bro. Like, he's like your everyday guy, and that's what the connection that he's got with us, I suppose. And he'll always be our goonie, man. Bless him. 100% well deserved, bro. 100% well deserved.
100%. Agreed. And I'm glad, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the MCU and just future
Yeah,
projects.
boy.
This has opened up so much more of him, and we're going to see a lot more of him for sure, because it's just opened up so much more opportunities. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm a fan of him from, listen, man, when we used to watch Goonies back in the day, who was our favorite character? My guy with the gadgets. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he was always and then now he's again the favorite character again in the future. So yeah, no, like I said, to me, he's like a bright star in Hollywood right now, you know, just a bright light, which is
He is, because you've got somebody who's genuinely in love with what he does, bro, and happy to be a part of that as well. He's 100% deserved. Like, man, just so cool, bro. He's so cool, and just as you see, like, all the videos, I share all of his videos because he's just, man, I can't even explain it, bro. How can you not explain it? It's weird because I feel like he's one of us. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you
He's not like any of the other Hollywood guys, bro. You look at his Instagram page, and my guy is more excited to take photos with other people, not knowing what sort of a person he is, because that would be me in them scenarios. When if I'm in, and I have been, when meeting The Rock and all of these people, you're like, bloody hell, I'm like fucking with this guy in the same fucking room. You know what I mean? So, bro, amazing, bro. He deserves 100. This today's episode is dedicated to Ki Hu Kwan. I'm telling you, thank you very much for coming back into the industry. Looking forward to seeing more stuff from him. I am so excited to see him in the MCU, and any other projects that he's going to get involved in. I know he's scared because there was an interview I saw where he goes, "This could be just a one-off," but I'm like, I hope it's not, because he when I saw him straight away in Everything Everywhere All at Once, not knowing he was in it, bro, I was like,
me too.
and I said the same thing. I was like, oh, they brought Data back.
Mm.
They brought Data back, and he smashed it. So the most awarded movie ever, that movie.
Yes,
Not
yeah.
just Oscars,
And
every
not just
award show.
yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
So, and people
That's
did
just
cry about the Jamie Lee Curtis winning the Best Supporting Actress out of Angela Bassett, and I could totally. I was having this conversation yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Angela Bassett is amazing, and she gets her props for that character. But if you put it together, she was only in that movie for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops. and that's a 2.5 hour movie where, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis was the main antagonist in this film. She was in most of this movie, and she's awesome, bro. She was great in this movie. So yeah, interesting to see people's perception
Yeah.
on that. But I think, you
I
know,
mean,
Angela
again, it's
Bassett, yeah,
opinion.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
opinion. I mean, someone has to win. It doesn't mean someone lost. It just means someone just got a bit more votes, I guess, or whatever, however much it was. It
but it's
doesn't
great
mean
to
it
be recognized, right?
depreciates. Yeah, it doesn't mean it depreciates Angela Bassett's performance at all. I mean, it's like your performance is
Exactly.
still A class. I mean, end of the day, this is just a stupid award show. I'm sorry, I'm no disrespect,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just a stupid award show that people vote on who gets the award. You know what I'm trying to say? End of the day, it does not diminish your fucking work and what you did, because it's absolutely awesome. And it doesn't diminish anyone else's work that wasn't nominated or wasn't at the Oscars or whatever, man. And there's loads of shit there that I've seen that I'm not, that I love watching, that's not at the Oscars. Doesn't mean it's shit. You know what I mean? So again, the Oscars is one of those things that's, as bad as it sounds, I know we're talking about shit. In my opinion, it's one of those things that's dictating what you should and should not like. Oh, this won an Oscar, she won an Oscar, he won an Oscar, you should watch their movie. Okay, I'm gonna, whether you want an Oscar or not, if I like your content, I'm gonna go watch it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. Yeah.
So again, it doesn't diminish anything. It's just people making a vote and people saying, "Oh yeah, you deserve this award." Who gives a fuck? I'm just saying. I know we're talking about. I'm just saying it doesn't diminish the work that you've done just because you didn't get it. Just because you didn't get it doesn't mean your movie's shit. Just because you weren't nominated doesn't mean your movie's shit. So one of my favorite movies of all time is always gonna be The Last Samurai. And I don't think that even I don't think no one likes that movie at all. And I don't think it's seen as one of a good movie, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So anyway, bro, I know you needed to pee or to poo or something, but
no, that's all right. We're gonna go through it. What's the last one?
That was it for the Oscars, man. And the rest of it was just more news.
All right, you want to go through the news, and I'll come back and do Shazam.
All right, cool. I'll talk about Cocaine Bear because I saw that, and then you come back.
Yeah. Go for it. I'll be back. Go for it.
We'll go for the rest of the news. So
All
I watched
right, cool.
Cocaine Bear. What a this film. What a way to tell a true story. It's based on true events, right? But what a way to pull it. I think it's one of the best ways to pull it in a true story or true event movie in this way. It's got to be comedic. I mean, you can't make it serious where there's a bear that took cocaine and then just went on a fucking rampage. Now, I don't know how serious it was in regards to how many people killed and all this sort of stuff, because I didn't look into it. But I just think it was just the perfect way to make a movie about this situation that happened in real time, which was just a comedy. It was a bit silly. It was gory. There was some goriness to it. But it was just an easy watch, and you sit down, you watch it, and you're like, holy shit, like this actually happened. Like a bear did take all this cocaine and whatnot, and just went on a wild rampage, which I thought was hilarious. So it was a fun movie. I mean, it was just, I wouldn't say it was a great movie or whatnot, but again, it's just a way of expressing this story of a bear taking cocaine, which happened in real events. So I thought that was hilarious. Rest in peace again, the late great Ray Liotta. I believe this was his last movie, and it was great to see him in it as well. But yeah, it was funny, man. Not the action, but just the goriness and people just losing all over. I'm talking about Cocaine Bear, but I was just saying,
Cool.
The best way to kind of tell a story of like that's a true event of a bear taking cocaine is this, just some silly comedy with a lot of gore in it and stupid shit happening. And that woman, it's a spoiler alert, but the way that woman shot that dude's head, I was busting up, man. I'm like, you're so basic. Like, you're supposed to shoot the bear and you shot my man's head off. I was busting up on how basic, and she didn't even give a shit. Right?
No, she blared. She blared.
She didn't give a shit. I was busting up. So anyway, I watched that silly movie, but I think the best way to tell that kind of story, because you can't make that story serious. All right. Shazam, bro. Let's get into Shazam, man, because I watched it Wednesday night. I went to, I was telling you about Creed, like cinema in Dubai is basic because everyone just talks. There is one specific cinema that's out there. I'm not going to name it just in case, because I don't want people to go there, but you won't anyway. But it's probably the most quietest cinema. It's a bit further out, right?
Okay.
And there was only 6 people in the cinema. Thank God nobody talked. I was like, oh my God, finally I watched a movie in Dubai where nobody fucking talks. So that's my cinema. I'm gonna go there. Like, forget all the discounts I could get at other cinema. I'd rather just pay full price and go to this one to enjoy the movie. I don't think it'll be perfect all the time. But anyway, let's talk about Shazam, bro. You guys obviously won the red carpet. You've seen it twice. My thoughts on it, bro. But listen, man, it was a laugh out loud movie from beginning to end. I really enjoy watching this character on the big screen. And you know what I enjoy more? Like, why I like what I want to see more of him is interact with the rest of the Justice League. And in this movie, we did see him finally interact with someone, and we interacted with
Spoilers.
Oh shit, yeah.
No, sorry.
Yeah, spoiler. But you know what? Hold on. Before I get into it, the fucking Warner Bros. Excuse my language. The day I watched it, the Warner Brothers TV spot or whatever spot it anyway. So listen, spoiler alert: Wonder Woman shows up in this movie. Fuck knows why your TV spots. Who's doing these? Who's approving these fucking TV spots that you put that in there? That's stupid. Doctor Strange done that again with Captain Britain. Fucking stupid, right? And I saw Eminem reposted it, and I saw on his Instagram, and that was just before I went and watched the movie. I was so pissed. Anyway, fuck it. The movie was great. Whoever's approving those TV spots, you're basic. You need to.
They messed up on that because David said it as well. He put a warning out on his Instagram, on his Twitter, saying, guys, be careful. There's spoilers out. I'm not sure who did the marketing part of it, and
so bad. Terrible,
such a shame because it's because when me and Ash watched it at the premiere, it was such a great moment to see that.
Yes,
and then
you want to get excited for that.
Yeah, and the fact that it wasn't even a week before it came out, they already put it out there, and you're like, really?
You know what? I'm sorry, man, but you need to stop doing global premieres. I'm sorry. Do it at an event somewhere, but release it everywhere at the same time. These spoilers are ridiculous. Anyway, I loved seeing him interact finally with someone from the Justice League and Wonder Woman. It was hilarious, and especially because it's Wonder Woman. She's hot. Everyone has the same thoughts, and he's a young kid. It's like the way he was trying to flirt with her. I'm gonna turn 18. I loved it. It was absolutely hilarious. The whole movie, Zachary Levi is amazing at Shazam. This version of Shazam, I find him hilarious. I want to see more of him. I just like the way he talks and he expresses himself and he jokes and whatever. I thought that
it's natural. It comes natural to him. I feel like the fact that he gets to be an adult that plays a kid is amazing, and he brings it to the role so well, bro. Like he did it with the first one, and this one, because they've been doing it for longer. He's got amazing chemistry with that character that he plays, and he loves it, bro. He absolutely adores it. It's one of his things, and you could see the passion come off him, because when we met him and when the way he talks about the project, it's like that's the guy who loves the content. You know what I mean? He loves the comics. He adores the character. So great.
Well, I'm a Shazam fan because of him. Because of the way they portrayed this character, I am a Shazam fan. I mean, I don't want to compare it, but what I'm like, as an example, like, Star-Lord or Drax, for example, the way they played it, they're so funny and they're so charming, and it's funny to watch. You're like, oh, I want to see more of Star-Lord. I want to see more of Shazam. That's what they done for me, for that character, right? So I love seeing it. I love seeing him, and I want to see more of him. I love the fact that I'm getting right to the end, spoiler alerts, end credit scenes and whatnot. I think they've confirmed that he's going to be a part of the new DC universe, because that first mid-credit scene seemed like something they created new, where you see the two characters from Peacemaker. Excuse me, I don't know their names. They come and ask him to recruit him for the Justice Society. And I was busting up because that scene was hilarious, because he's fascinated, because he wanted to join the Justice League, and he was like, just put me in the one with Wonder Woman. And my other guy was like, what's your obsession with Wonder Woman? He's like, are you serious? That's so whole scene, I was laughing my head off, and I was like, I'm entertained right now. And then, even when he's just like, I'm confused. Like, why would you call it Justice Society and Justice League? Like, it's just, I love the way he's just picking it apart. But I just love the fact that, like, oh, that means you confirmed he's a part of it. And I'm glad he's a part of it, because he's awesome I think he's an awesome addition to the Justice League or the universe. He brightens it up. Hilarious. So that was awesome. The movie itself, bro, I'm not saying it was the best movie ever. I'm not a big fan, like the ending, right? I'm not a big fan of when the kids I know they were part of the Shazam family, but I'm just not a big fan when there's a fucking 7-year-old who saves the day kind of thing, right? And then they're so brave, right? And all the monsters coming out was very, for me, like a bit repetitive to the first one because we saw monsters and whatever. So I feel like that was a bit repetitive. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fan of when the kids are just so brave and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm not a fan of that. However, I did enjoy the movie, man. I thought I thought the story was okay. I like the way he sacrificed himself at the end. I think it kind of matured him as a character. Billy Baxter himself just kind of,
the wisdom of Solomon.
Oh my God, I was dying. That was hilarious. That was fucking hilarious. That was my favorite scene. I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of my favorites because when he said that, Solomon. I was busted up.
But that's what I'm saying. He earned that respect towards the end of the movie when he did that sacrifice because he used his wisdom, knowing that he's going to be the only one to be able to defeat this, the sisters of Athena, the father. Anyway, but as you said, like, bro, it's not a complex story. It's a really, good and bad, kind of basic villains, but a lot of heart to it, bro. Like the movie had, like, I'm so happy. Again, we have been so lucky to be a part of the DC universe, bro, to have our quote in the trailer, bro. And it was and this time it's for the podcast. It's our podcast name on there. It's not clear, you can't see it, but they used, charming, funny, and full of heart. And I love the family dynamics. I love I love the family dynamics. I love how the action was really good, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And he plays it really so well. And you know what? The CGI was on point. It was like really good, clean work. You know what I mean? And then I like what
the end scene, when they were in the little dome and the shading and the lighting, and you see the lightning, you see his thing. That was really cool. I loved the lighting and the colors and the visuals right there. That was really awesome.
And bro, Freddie Freeman and the Wizard, I can't pronounce his name, sorry, I don't want to disrespect his name, were brilliant, bro.
They were funny.
They were brilliant, bro. Awesome, there was hey, look, man, I'll go because your knees crack like crazy, and he would like click, 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 click.
That was hilarious. Listen, that Freddie Freeman character, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to pull it out there, but it reminds me of that character from South Park, man. They take the piss. South Park take the piss, I'm sorry. But South Park is the best show out there ever because they take the piss out of everything and get away with it. But there's a crippled kid in South Park, and they look alike, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if they did that specifically, if Shazam director did that specifically, but man.
No, but he's good. He's good as the character. He's awesome. I love the character he plays. Got to meet him as well in front of the hotel after seeing the cast. Really cool guy. Just full of fun, bro. It's a fun. It is what it is. The movie knows what it is, and I think the director knows what he was making. And I love the fact that he's brought a different element to, the mystical part of it. Because most of the stuff that we don't get the mystical side of things, the two worlds, how, they've collided and they can break through, and then all these monsters and stuff like that. I think it's the most creative one that we've seen, but had a lot of heart, bro. And they carry that really well with the family as well.
I think it's that, it's one of those superhero movies which is like, it fits into the Justice League. It fits into the whole DC universe, which we're going to find out more about anyway, but I feel like it should fit in anyway. But it's also one of those, Sunday evening family movies that you can sit and watch with your kids and your family and enjoy it. Or as a comic book fan, you can see and go in and watch it. Now, I don't know how true Shazam fans feel about it because I don't know. I know the Rotten Tomatoes, again, critics and people talk shit, but I'm just saying it's like at 50 whatever %. But man, I could watch it again. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, the character's so charming, I could watch it again. The film is so funny that I'm entertained. I'm laughing, man. The knowledge of Solo, man, smashed me, bro. I was busting. Like, it was so funny because he butchered that name, bro, and I was busting up. But that's something that I would do because you guys have heard me on the podcast trying to read names. I'm exactly the same. I definitely don't have the knowledge.
I'd be the same as well, bro. Bless him.
So it's relatable in that way. I'm not saying to you it's the best film in the world, but I'm just trying to say I was fucking entertained and I enjoyed it. And I sat there giggling throughout the whole movie, came out the movie saying that was awesome. And then I came out the movie messaging you lot saying, is he part of the new DC universe? I love the fact that new characters got in the end. That was such a great mid-credit scene because I'm laughing throughout the whole time because he's got one thing on his mind, which is Wonder Woman. And I'm like, if you were part of Justice League, you'll probably have the same thing on part of your mind as well.
No,
It's
good on him.
again, it's
Good
just
on him.
relatable, man. I found it hilarious. I found it, and then you had the last end credit scene with Mark Strong again. Shout outs to him, he's a legend. I still don't get that. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
So it's part of the comic books. The little caterpillar is like a mastermind. So it'd be interesting to see where they head with it. There's so much more to come, bro. And I think James Gunn is starting to put things together now, which would be interesting to see. That's why I know he had that last scene put in there, the first credit scene.
Yes,
the first credit scene. So
really
definitely that's
like
James Gunn influence. And then yeah, I think that's it, bro. Listen, if you just want to watch a fun movie and get away for 2 hours, then this is a fun laugh out loud movie. As I said, it's charming because it still has the passion that the first one had. My issue was going to be that you do such a grand story, you lose the heart in the first movie. But that carries on into this movie, which is absolutely amazing. And speaking to both of them, you know, they love this IP, bro. They're fans of it. How can you not be? You know what I mean? So
they've made me a fan. Listen, in my opinion, they done a good job because they made me a fan of Shazam. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you've made me a fan of the character, when you made it that I want to see more, when you made it where I want to see him interact with other characters, then in my opinion, you've done a great job in regards to the character building. Like, I want to see him in more. Again, the movie is the movie. That's his story. That's his little arc. You gave me a little bit more background, but I think for me, the main objective is you made me want more of him as Shazam, and I'm like, I'm sold, I'm in. So that's, in my opinion, for me, I'm like, yeah, you done a great job, in my opinion. So yeah, can't wait for more of him. On that, bro, have you been seeing this cryptic text or message from Zack Snyder teasing a major Justice League movie announcement? What, Mr. Cryptic over here?
I don't think so. I don't know, because he said a message from Darkseid, so like Darkseid. So I was like, I don't know, bro.
Is it just the internet just blowing out of proportion, which probably is?
It could be like, you know, promo for his new film Rebel Moon on Netflix.
You never know. Yeah, could be. Why not?
But
why not just use?
If WB have given him and James Gunn have given him something that he could do with the Snyderverse, then it'd be interesting. But I think it's time to let go. You know, they're moving on. They're going on to different things. I think it's just maybe some clips that he had, or it could be Green Lantern image that we didn't get, and he fully put it together. And he was like, "Here you go, here's Green Lantern." He was supposed to be Green Lantern. No, good on him. I'm sure it'd be something amazing.
Yeah, I guess we got to let it go. But anyway, the internet was blowing up because of that. But maybe he's just done that again. Maybe he's just promoting himself. All right, cool, man. Moving on from DC stuff. Let's quickly go for the rest of the news, bro. All right, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell are officially back for Good Burger 2. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Kenan's been doing loads of stuff on like Comedy Central and all that sort of stuff. He's got this show with Kevin Hart, where they laugh at things on the internet. Anyway, legend Jackie Chan will star in a sequel of 2004's New Police Story. I mean, my guy's 60 plus. He just had his new movie out about the horse. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, and he's looking to do a sequel of Police Story. I bet you he's gonna fucking jump off a building or something at his age because he's a legend. But
he'll smash it. Yeah, bro. He'll smash it.
Always on the Jackie Chan movies. Things that are coming out. Sweet Tooth premieres on the 27th of April. I forgot about Sweet Tooth season 2, man.
Bro, that first season was amazing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and that kid was in Cocaine Bear. He's freaking. He's a charming little kid, bro.
He is.
He's really cool. So that's coming out. Tarantino to start his final movie. He's finished his thing, and he's finished his final script, and it's called Movie Critic. So, you know, anything Tarantino does is fucking golden. So looking forward to seeing that. Willow season 2 is still possible despite the Disney Plus show hiatus. I don't know. Did you watch the first one? I don't know what reviews
I
or
didn't
what you
get the
got.
chance, to be honest. I didn't get the chance
Neither
to
did
watch
I.
that. So much to catch up on. But one day, bro, I'll have some time when baby's here. Definitely, we'll catch some stuff. But yeah, for now, no idea. I heard it was cancelled, so I'm not sure where it's heading from there.
I watched episode 1 when we were in London, and I don't have Disney Plus here, so I haven't had a chance to
Ah,
watch it. So. All right, well, let's finish off with some Marvel news, bro. Marvel. All right. Walking Dead star Stephen Yeun finally speaks out on his Marvel role. So he's going to be in
Thunderbolts.
the Thunderbolts, and he's supposed to be a big role. I mean, people throwing out there that he was going to be a Centurion and whatnot, but I don't know what it's going to be. But anyway, looking forward to seeing him in there. He's pretty awesome, and I think a lot of people, including myself, actually lost interest in Walking Dead after he got his head smashed in, which was quite gruesome. Talk about the Thunderbolts and whatnot. There's all these rumors coming out and with Punisher and stuff. Please stop the rumors. You get me too excited. Listen, he's back in Daredevil. That's all I need to know. I don't need to hear about the other rumors that he's going to be in Armored
Armor
Wars
War and
he's
stuff
going
like
to be
that. Yeah.
Captain America and even Thunderbolt. If he shows up, I want it. I don't get me wrong, I want it, but I don't want to hear the rumors because it always gets me disappointed. Pun's my favorite character. I got a new Punisher statue coming in, Gibbs. I can't so voice. Ashraf got it for me. I don't told the missus. She don't need to know. It's going to come in the UK. It's a 1/5 scale sideshow one. And I've got Ashraf's going to do a review for me. It's an old one, but I needed this to be a part of my collection. So that's coming in. Big Punisher fan. All right. Marvel introduces a new Native American hero, and her name is Kahori, right? So I'm not familiar with her, but anyway, obviously she's a new one. So that's something. She's a Native American, and I'm sure there's gonna be some stories, and she's gonna probably start intertwining in the comic books and stuff. Speak on that. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. I just read issue 9 of the Punisher story, bro. And I don't know if you saw my stories on Instagram, bro. Like, I'm sorry, man. So he just killed Ares, the king of the god of war, right? And bro, check this team out who's come to stop the Punisher. Because the Punisher before, Mr. Frank Castle, before he had any powers, was a problem. Now my guys got powers. They got Doctor Strange, Captain America, Wolverine, Moon Knight, and Black Widow teaming up to get the Punisher down.
Damn.
Too much for me, bro. Too much. I can't wait for the episode, season issue 10 coming out in a couple of weeks. All right, cool. Hollywood Report reveals that Marvel Studios has cast Cedrine Holt in the upcoming Disney series Daredevil Born Again to play the role of Vanessa Fisk. So they're changing the actress. So this is one of the big changes that of actors or actresses that they're doing from the Netflix shows to the Disney Plus. So that's a big change. She was really good as Fisk, so Vanessa. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. All right. The next one. This marks the first major recast. Oh yeah, sorry, same thing basically. And then what is this? As per news dropped on Twitter, Pop Hive, Jenna Ortega joins the cast of Daredevil Born Again.
Okay.
So she's smashing it. She was in Scream. She's all over the place. After that, I mean, I'm sure she was in a Marvel movie before. I think it was Iron Man 3 or something. No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Something.
I can't remember. I think something like that. Yeah.
Something. Yeah, I can't remember. But she was in one of those things. Anyway, after her performance on Wednesday, she's all over the place. She's smashing it. She's got a role in Daredevil. I wonder what it's gonna be. I'm interested. I can't wait for Daredevil. I think for me personally, just because I'm such a Punisher fan, that's my most anticipated comic book show or movie, whatever, to come out, and that's next year. So I'm excited for that one. And that's all the news, bro. That's all the news I had. Anything else? Anything? I mean, we had a long one today, but anything else I missed?
Yeah, no, I got to run. So last one to finish it off with is Tom Cruise saw the Flash movie. He loves it.
Yeah,
he's saying he wants the director to shout more about it because of how much he enjoyed it. So, bro, it looks like they've made, because we saw the trailer yesterday when the orchestra was on, and it looks sick, bro. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. So, listen, bro, if Tom Cruise is saying it's an awesome movie, then we in for a treat, bro.
And he's the one who I don't think he's said anything shit about superhero movies, but his Top Gun Maverick kind of showed that you don't need to have a superhero movie to break blockbusters and whatnot. But you know, the fact that he's given this credit means something. So I'm
definitely
looking forward to that.
Me too. Definitely looking forward to that. All right, cool, awesome. All right, man. I got a run, bro. So as always, guys, massive thank you on the support on the channel. Thanks for joining in on this live. Let us know if there's any other topics you want us to cover, like, dislike, and go from there. Alara, not your face, not on here. All right, bro. I gotta go before we can't put a face on here.
Cool.
She's gone on live. All right, guys, take care of yourself. As always, massive thank you to everybody on here. Alara, man. And we'll catch you guys up soon. Yeah, we'll do.
All right. Peace, everyone. Peace.
Take care. One love, guys.